Welcome back to Indiana Diecast Racing and the Death Race. Today we've got round 3, groups 7 and 8. Kicking it off for group 7, representing Arlo Racing. Like, seriously, how many vehicles does this guy have? It's Mr. Devilish Dart, driving a Ford Thunderbird called Thrift Store Shopper. El Diablo scored 15 in round 1, then advanced after a 3-way tie for the group win in round 2. The last remaining driver from De Gold Dragon Racing, it's Linkster in the purple one, everyone's favorite casting, the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. Linkster has a similar story, putting up 15 in round 1, then 10 in round 2. Sean DeLong hits the track in his last of 3 entries for Code 3 Motorsports, a 2-timer called Clan Vizsla, a nod to the Mandalorians. Sean is 1-1 with 2-lap victories. Lastly, it's Flo, one of 2 remaining drivers for the A-Team, driving an off-track called Blizzard. Flo won big in round 1, then survived a 3-way runoff of 4-point drivers in round 2. Devilish and Linkster get the front row for lap 1, Sean and Flo in the back. Linkster gets a nose ahead, but Devilish challenges for position. Devilish takes the lead and Linkster gets sideways. Linkster slides through turn 3 and Flo pushes past. Devilish has already taken the lap, Flo is second, and Linkster will be third. Sean appears to have spun out and come to a stop in the triangle. Linkster seemed to be winning the drag race, but Devilish expertly navigates the inside of turns 1 and 2 to take the early lead. Link probably should have wrecked in turn 3, but survives to come away with 2 points. Mr. Devilish Dark on top after 1. Sean takes the pole for lap 2. Another close start, and again Devilish slides into the lead. Devilish and Sean both get loose and seemingly sort it out. Devilish pulls away while Sean continues to struggle. Devilish wins back-to-back, Linkster second this time, with Sean and Flo close behind. A little bit of sliding between turns 2 and 3, and I think Sean was actually saved by that hit from Linkster. Mr. Devilish with a solid midpoint lead, second place still up for grabs. Points underdogs Flo and Sean share the front row now, Linkster and Devilish in the back. Looks like the inside lane might be a tad faster this time, and Flo spins his way in front for the first time today. Sean able to stay in front of Linkster and hammers Flo, who spins on the overpass. Flo is gonna win while Linkster pushes past Sean for second, who spins and drops all the way to the back. Sean may have just secured his own elimination in the course of a single final straight. Flo nearly coughs up a decent lead, but once again a collision makes the save. Sean struggles to block first Linkster, then Mr. Devilish, and he's just not able to hold on to second place. After 3, it's Devilish with 10, Linkster and Flo tied with 8, and sure enough, Sean has been mathematically eliminated. The race for second place between Link and Flo, who share the final front row. The closest start of the day, and Linkster gains his first lead. He slides and the others close while Sean spins out in the back. Flo catches the wall, and lap 4 goes to Linkster and Mr. Devilish, and that should wrap this one up. Flo caught Link in the triangle with a chance to pass, but gets pushed up on the wall and allows Devilish to get by. Devilish and Linkster advance to round 4. Happy Halloween! On to Group 8 with Crystal ZD from Arlo Racing in her NASCAR Toyota called Zippy 2. Crystal took second behind Circus in round 1, then second behind Sam Hall in round 2, and has 3-lap victories. In the only remaining entry for Funky Mother Chicken Racing, Ironheart 54 is driving his purple Count Muscula called Red Rocket. Iron is a 2-time group winner. In one of 3 cars he's still got running, Numbskull is in Coupe Cannon, his Zamac Chevelle SS. In this car, Numbskull tied Brutal for the win of the Wild Card Showdown in round 1, then tied the now eliminated Pinkie Pie for the win in round 2. And finally, in the last remaining entry from the A team, Crazy Canuck is at the helm of both. A muscle and blown, he's driven to a pair of second place finishes. The first lap for Group 8 with Crystal and Ironheart up front, Numbskull and Canuck in the back. Crystal gets a half car length ahead, but Iron closes the gap and Crystal takes the lead as Ironheart spins behind her. Iron now driving backwards as they spread out. Crystal ZD wins easily. Ironheart 54 is second, Numbskull third, and Crazy Canuck fourth. Not a ton of action, so ludicrous speed, go! They finish in starting order in a group where any of these drivers could see a spot in the finals in a few weeks. Rotating around puts Numbskull on the pole with Crystal on the outside. The outside lane a bit faster and Crystal picks up where she left off. Numbskull pulls ahead of Iron and briefly rides the wall. The pack is single file, struggling to keep up with Crystal, and Canuck spins in the back. Lap 2 is Crystal ZD, Numbskull, and Ironheart 54. Crazy Canuck strolls in for another 4th place finish. Numbskull successfully fights off Ironheart for second, but in his exuberance drives up on the wall, a dangerous tactic when you're going for maximum speed, but given Numbskull's experience on this track, I gotta believe he knows what he's doing. Crystal ZD extends her lead to 3, Iron and Numbskull now tied at 5, and Canuck languishing in the back with 2, but amazingly, no DNFs yet. Canuck moves up front for an all-Zamac front row alongside Numbskull. Numbskull gets a boost from Crystal and takes his first lead of the day. Canuck blocks Crystal as Numbskull pulls away. Ironheart sees the gap, but Canuck throws a great block and holds on for second. Numbskull takes advantage of the clean air out front to win lap 3, while Canuck shows us how good he is at blocking, once he actually gets ahead of a few folks. Crystal's first poor finish allows Numbskull to tie it up, Ironheart 2 points behind with 7, and Canuck still way in the back in danger of elimination. Lap 4 with Ironheart 54 and Crazy Canuck on the front row, points leaders Crystal and Numbskull in the back. Iron gets a great jump and takes his first lead of the day. They get single file and everyone's flying. Crystal catches Iron, but it's Iron, Crystal, Canuck, and Numbskull. Going to replay, see if you notice what I noticed. That's right, the 4th consecutive lap with no DNFs. Crystal ZD recovers from lap 3 to win Group 8, and Ironheart 54 leverages that lap 4 victory to jump ahead of Numbskull to take second by a single point. Congratulations to Mr. Devilish Dark, Linkster, Crystal ZD, and Ironheart 54. This has been Jim D for the Indiana Diecast Racing. Be sure to check in next time for more slightly above mediocre diecast racing and the final round 3 action of the Death Race.